Welcome back. Well, let's talk to a company now. Mass Financial Services is in focus as its assets under management, or AUM, has crossed the 10,000 crore bench mark in Q3. To discuss this and more, we have Kamlesh Gandhi, who's the CMD of the company, joining in now. Mr. Gandhi, thank you very much for joining in. Well, your AUM has crossed that momentous 10,000 crore mark. It's around 10,220 odd crores, if I'm not mistaken, as per your press release. Just wanted to understand what led to the growth, and is this 27% growth that you've recorded in Q3 sustainable?
So thank you, and we are delighted to declare that we have crossed a very important milestone in the journey of this company. We are a 28 years old NBFC, and we have registered a very robust growth over all these years, translating into a 35% CAGR over all these years. And we have crossed a very important milestone of 10,000 crores. I think right from the beginning, we've always been advocating that we'll grow anywhere between 20 to 25%. And we see no reason why we will not be in a position to maintain that growth. And whenever we get an opportunity, we'll see to that how we can accelerate the growth beyond the targets given. And that happened this time. We got good opportunity, and instead of between 20 to 25%, we could increase our AUM by 27%.
All right, so 20 to 25%, you've always guided for in terms of growth that you're strategically aiming for. I remember at the start of the year, you did say that by the end of the year, you will cross that 10,000 crore mark as well. You've done that a quarter before that itself. But I just wanted to know, in the third quarter itself, what was the breakup of the growth? Because the last couple of quarters, the commercial vehicles and the salaried business grew a lot more in terms of your contribution to AUM. If you could break up the growth that we saw in the quarter gone by, across micro enterprises, SME, two-wheelers, commercial vehicles and salaried, what led to this 27% growth?
I say all the segments contributed significantly to the growth, and MSME and SME on a larger base contributed close to 22%, and other products on a smaller base, they contributed in excess of 25% this quarter. And salaried personal loan, being a very new segment and we have just started, contributed at a brisker pace as compared to the other products. And also the commercial vehicle on a smaller base had registered a growth of around more than 30-35% once we finalize the numbers on 24th.
Okay. Fair enough. But could you just give us more of a trend in terms of, say, what's taking place in the MFI book? Because that's seen a little bit of volatility. There was a decline in the book and then there was a growth. What are disbursements like within the MFI segment? What are you projecting in terms of an exit run rate when it comes to the segment for FY24?
See, we work in the micro enterprise loan segment where we give loans to the individuals whereby the ticket size is up to 3 lakhs with an average ticket size of around 50 to 55,000 rupees. And that on a larger base has always registered a decent growth. But strategically, the company has decided that as we grow our balance sheet size, we will also concentrate on increasing our ticket size also. So with an aim to do that, we have concentrated on SME, which is also contributing very significantly to the overall growth of the company. So MEL and SME will continue to be the key drivers of the company, contributing anywhere more than 50% of the total AUM going forward. And when we see that direction going on in the future.
Right. I remember you did indicate that your NIMs would sustain between 6 to 7% with a credit cost of close to around 2%, NPAs to hold below that 2% mark itself. You hold on to that guidance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a company who always concentrated on the quality of the assets, profitability and growth simultaneously. Right. Please.
Yeah. What about the number of branches? You started this year with 160, you targeted about 180. Where does that number stand at? And secondly, housing finance as well. You were looking at 30-35% growth there. How big is the housing finance AUM?
See, as far as branches are concerned, I think I'm happy to share that we already touched the 180 mark, what we are targeted for the whole year. And we see that even increasing in this quarter by another 5 to 10 branches. And in terms of our housing finance company, that is also performing very as per the target. And this quarter, it has registered a growth of 35% plus, with an AUM of close to 545 crores from which was 400 crores last quarter this on a corresponding basis.
Okay, all right. So, any plans in terms of probably applying for a banking license eventually?
Not really right now, because we personally believe that we are doing good for us as far as being in this sector of the economy, that is as NBFC. And personally, at company, we believe that we need a certain size to convert into a bank. So currently, we are more focusing on concentrating on what we have done over all these years and looking at one link of a chain at a time and see to that how we can travel to the next journey from 10,000 to 20,000 crores in being an NBFC itself. And then we'll take a call from time to time.
Well, given your strategic growth outlook, I think 10,000 to 20,000 crores would be a lot less time. It will take a lot less time than what it took for you to go to 10,000 crores itself. At your current reckoning, you can perhaps go there in the next 3 years itself. Wish you good luck, Mr. Gandhi, for the next 3 years, and perhaps we talk about your growth path post your numbers are released in more detail itself. Thank you for joining us. With that, let's talk